Once you earn your first 100K, your net worth will skyrocket. This is what every millionaire, billionaire, and investor worth their salt has told me. I've helped hundreds achieve their financial freedom, and all too often people focus on the first million. Don't make your first 100K, because after that, the rest will come a lot more quickly. Don't believe me? Stick around. In this video, I'll show you a powerful trick that would change how you see money forever. Why the first 100K matters so much. When I was a kid, I dreamt of becoming a millionaire. I used to see those 6 big zeros and think that's what I want in life. If it wasn't until I grew up and started listening to legendary investors like Warren Buffett that I realized my math was wrong. I should have focused on the first 5 zeros rather than the 6. This idea has come from the legendary Charlie Munger, which is Warren Buffett's right-hand man for many years. He put it in plainly by saying the first 100K is a bitch. You have to do it. Basically, work as hard as you can, get that first 100K out of the way as soon as you can. Getting wealthy is like rolling a snowball. It helps to start on the top of the long hill, start early, and start rolling that snowball for a long time. But how does that work? I've learned in my years of financial freedom journey that giving people something to visualize usually helps them understand concepts better. So I want you to think of $1 million as 10 stacks of cash, each worth 100K. You probably think that it will take you, say, 3 years to earn your first 100K, then another 3 years to earn the next 100K, and so on. Then 30 years later, you are a millionaire. Not really. The truth is that the first 100K are by far the hardest to earn, and then the rest comes much easier. Believe it or not, saving 100K from nothing takes longer than saving up $400,000 if you already have a net worth of $600,000. So the more you have, the easier it gets. This is down to 2 reasons. The first is pretty obvious. When you're young, your earning power is low. Earning power is just another way of saying your ability to earn money. Most young people are inexperienced, so the market does not put a lot of value on your skills compared to an older veteran of the industry. Later, I will explain how I was able to retire at the age of 29, even though I wasn't making millions yet. The second reason is the one I want you guys to keep in mind, because once you understand it, it changed everything about how you view money. It's a phenomenon called compound interest. Compound interest comes from investing your money and then receiving interest on both the initial sum you invested and any interest you accumulated before. Let's say you invested $10,000 with an average rate of return of 10% per year. By the end of the year, you will have $11,000. Not bad. Next year, you will earn 10% of $11,000, so you will have $12,100. You have just earned an extra $100 compared to the last year thanks to compound interest. And the best part is that this extra keeps going up and up. If you already have $1 million, earning 100K from your investment will take no time at all. That's why it's so much harder to earn that first 100K. You don't have any compound interest to help you on your way. But why $100,000? What is it about passing this magic number that makes your net worth skyrocket? This graph shows how compound interest lets your savings grow exponentially over time. Let's say you invest $10,000 every year. An average rate of return of 7% only nets you $700 at the end of the first year. Hardly life-changing. The more you invest it, however, the more steeply this graph rises. After 7.84 years, you will have earned that critical $100,000. Here's the interesting part. Once you have made that initial $100,000, making another $100,000 only takes you 5.1 years, then 3.78 years, then 3.01 years, and so on. That's why speeding up that first 100K is so important. It's by far the tallest hurdle you have to jump on your way to that coveted $1 million net worth. Clearing that 100K mark is also so important from a psychological standpoint. Once you have that initial sum, you are much more financially stable, which is a huge weight off your shoulders. You can ease off on that gas a little, as the Charlie Munger says. Okay, that's great, but it's easier said than done, right? How am I supposed to earn $100,000 in the first place? How do you save up 100K fast? The first thing I do when I talk to anyone about finance is draw a table with two columns. One is a list of all their expenses, and the other one is a list of all their income sources. We want the numbers of expenses to go down, while we want the amount of money coming in to go up. That simple. A lot of people will focus on the expenses column and tell you things like cut out that $7 cup of coffee and live as frugally as you possibly can. I'm not about that. Sure, when you're still working towards that first $100,000, cutting back on unnecessary expenses could be a good idea. You can probably do without buying designer clothes or the latest iPhone. But to be honest, that's not where the real money is. So where's the real money then? Ask any successful and rich person out there. They will all tell you the same two things: business and investing. But when you're young, just starting out, leaving your corporate and stable job isn't the best move. When I moved to Canada on a student visa and studied engineering, while I knew it wouldn't make me ultra rich, I'd at least be able to pay my bills and keep the lights on. But how could I add another income stream? I thought. That's when I got introduced to my then investing coach. Just to paint a mental picture for you, she's only 24 years old back then and was already driving a Rolls Royce. I knew I have much to learn from her. She taught me how to do investing and option trading, and if I put enough effort in that, I can turn this side hustle into my full-time business. After 6 years of hard work as a mechanical engineer, I was able to retire from my full-time job thanks to my investing strategies. Now, let's be honest, not every business needs to be huge. At this point, every job that you can do to make some extra cash will go a long way. It could be a weekend job, freelance job, or really anything else you can think of that you're good at. Try your best to make yourself valuable and sell those skills. If you do it right, your side hustle can not only become your main source of income, but help you reach the 100K goal much faster. So on your way to that first 100K mark and beyond, put aside something every month. The more, the better. Your money shouldn't just sit in your bank account doing nothing. It should be working for you. Every single cent. You can put that money straight into the stock market through cheap ETFs, option investing like I did. Check out this video where I describe my strategy for selling put options to generate a steady cash flow of thousands, if not multiple 5 figures per month. Hey, if you enjoyed the video so far, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Say yay.